Welcome to Adaronk's thrift shop. Let me arrange these nicely for you. This story is written and edited by Ruben Creation, the founder of this YouTube channel. Grab your seat, besties, and let's dive right in. And please, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. The market had always known Adaronk before she truly noticed herself. She wasn't loud. She didn't fight for space, She didn't shout prices until her voice cracked. Like many traders did before noon, she arrived early every morning. Sometimes before the first buses emptied. When passengers stepped down, she would unlock her small shop, sweep the front neatly, and arrange her fairly used clothes with a patience that made people slow down. Without even realizing it, Adaronk had an eye for quality. Not the kind that followed labels or foreign names, but the kind that understood fabric, stitching, and wear. She touched every piece before putting it on display. She smoothed collars. She checked seams. She folded with care. Customers noticed. They always did. Women who sold clothes in other markets bought from her to resell. Young girls trusted her to choose outfits for weddings and job interviews. Even men came quietly, asking if she had something simple and good for their wives. Money flowed steadily, not in dramatic bursts, but in a way that never stopped by midday. Adaronk's shop was usually busy, and by evening, her sales book was already half filled with neat handwriting. She smiled often, but not proudly. She thanked customers softly. She never mocked other sellers. She simply did her work. People talked about her success. The way people always talk. Don't fully understand consistency. Some said she was lucky. Others said she had connections. A few claimed customers were just naturally drawn to her. Adaronk heard these things and said nothing. She had learned early in life that explaining yourself rarely satisfies people who have already decided their version of your story. When business slowed, she sat quietly, mending a torn sleeve or rearranging hangers. When business picked up, she walked faster, her movements calm, controlled. There was nothing dramatic about her shop. No flashy banners, loud music. Yet, it had become a quiet center in the market. A place people returned to, without being called and without Adaronk realizing it. That was what made her stand out. It was into this space that Sola arrived, carrying Hopi wrapped tightly in ambition. Sola was new to the market, new to selling clothes, new to the rhythm of buying and reselling. She had watched others make money and believed she could do the same. Maybe even better. She set up her shop not far from Adaronk's, arranging her clothes carefully on the first day, adjusting prices, smiling widely at passersby. At first, she was confident. The market was big, she told herself. There was room for everyone. But days passed, then weeks. Customers greeted her politely, yet many still walked past her stall and headed straight for Adaronk's. Sola noticed. She noticed who they greeted warmly. She noticed who they trusted. She noticed how people came to Adaronk asking for advice, asking her opinion, asking her to choose for them. Each time it happened, Sola told herself it didn't matter. But it. Slowly, she began to watch Adaronk more closely. She observed how she priced her clothes, how she spoke to customers, how she never rushed anyone, how she sometimes sold items cheaper than expected, without looking bothered. Sola tried copying her. She reduced prices. She greeted more warmly. She rearranged her clothes differently. But nothing changed. Customers still drifted away. Some even came to her stall, asked questions, then said, "Let me just check something," and walked toward Adaronk's shop. The rejection was subtle, but constant, like water dripping on stone. Sola laughed it off at first. Then she stopped laughing. She began to feel the market watching her too, not with admiration, but with curiosity, the kind that waits to see whether you will rise or breaky. It was around this time that Sola's thoughts began to change. What started as disappointment slowly hardened into resentment. She replayed moments in her head. Customers choosing Adaronk again. People praising her eye for quality. Other traders buying from her to resell. It didn't feel fair. Sola worked hard too. She woke early. She spent money. She tried. Yet somehow, the floor refused to turn her way. She began to whisper small complaints to anyone who would listen. "Simple," she said once. Another time, she muttered, "There are things people do that you don't see." The words weren't accusations yet, just suggestions, lightly thrown, waiting to be caught by the wrong ears. And Adaronk, for her part, noticed the change without fully understanding it.